Have you ever noticed how some people seem to lend their upgrade at work, lend a salary upgrade, lend a position upgrade, pivot between positions, change industries, change lanes, and no matter what they do, they seem to so effortlessly be doing that, while others they struggle and they work hard and even work harder, yet it is not happening for them. They are not cutting it. What is the difference? Today, I'm going to talk about operating from your zone of genius in your career towards a leadership position. Are you ready? Let's go. And hello, good evening, everyone. Happy to have you all. I'm delighted to have you all. And today we are talking about the zone of genius in career and in leadership. So, as I said in the intro, sometimes you just notice that some people are simply loving their job and they are simply getting upgrades, pivoting from job to job and getting even more upgrades, being called for leadership positions, being given managerial positions, and so on and so forth. And you say, yeah, when they get the position, they love it and they love the salary and they love the job. So they are doing a good job in it. So, or is it the other way around? Is it because they love their job that, or what they are doing, that they excel in it and they showcase what they are capable of? And as a result, they get the upgrade, they get the salary promotions, they get called for even higher leadership positions, they are trusted, and so on and so forth. So, which is the cause and which is the consequence? Because here is the deal, sometimes we get it upside down, so to speak. So, what we sometimes see, we see some people, you say they just, it looks on them that they love their job. How do people love their job? Is it just happens, or is there deliberate work behind it to make it happen? What do you think? Uh, you know, loving your job, does it just happen by accident, or is there work that has been done? I guarantee you, if you see somebody who loves what they do so much, there is a lot of work which is behind that. So if you see somebody just in love with what they are doing, I guarantee you, they've been relentlessly learning about themselves. They know what they like, they know what they don't like, they know their strengths, they know their weaknesses, they know the areas where they want to be in. They know themselves, they know what they want, and as a result of that, they identify with the positions they are mostly aligned with. As an executive country director in my previous position, I've seen so many times people decline and reject positions, and I offer them positions to be, for example, academic coordinator or something, and they mix it and they say, no, I'm good at this. I really prefer to stay in this. And I respect that. Why? Because here's somebody who understands themselves. They're not just after the money, because if the money is the only factor, they would jump in. Hello, hello, good evening, VM and everyone. Nice to see you all in here. So, behind loving a job, there is work that needs to be done. So, today I'm going to talk about four questions that are going to help you. We say this person, when they seem to be working effortlessly, when they seem to, whatever it is they touch, it turns into an opportunity, it turns into a successful project, it turns into, have you ever seen, are you somebody like that, or have you ever seen somebody around who is just like that? It looks like they don't care about money, or money is the last thing they think about. And what happens is, they seem to be so focused on what they love doing that they don't care about the other things, and as a result they are solicited, they are asked to do higher, to take higher leadership positions, to lead. uh, why? We say they are operating from their zone of genius. VM, would you like to be operating from your zone of genius, ya VM? What do you think? Would you like to be, good evening, would you like to be operating from your zone of genius? Is it a yes, or I'm good where I am? So, what is the zone of genius? The zone of genius is when you are doing something and you are so in love with what you are doing, everything else um, doesn't matter. And when you are operating from that, we call it, you are in the spirit of your career, you are in the spirit of your business. You, in spirit, meaning, inspired by what you are doing. So, beyond logic, beyond rational mind, beyond, oh, I need to do this because I have stuff or food to put on the table, and I have rent to pay, and I have bills to pay, and everything. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't be thinking about these things, but the main thing for these people who are operating from a zone of genius, it's not the first priority for them. So the fact is, they focus on what is it they want. They focus on creating something, creating solutions, creating projects, making more impact before anything else. And as a result, you notice that the promotions chase them, the request for them to move up the ladder continue to chase them, and so on and so forth. Now, to who is interested in operating from the zone of genius? Who is interested in how do they do it? How do they do it? How do people operate from their zone of genius? When we talk about zone of genius, we talk about Steve Jobs, um, giving us this device that takes us everywhere. uh, at the time he started working on that, he didn't know what he was doing. He's just following an idea, a dream. He was broke, operating from the basement of his parents' home, literally without a job, and everybody was pushing him, have a job, have a job, have a job, have a job. Uh, but perhaps because his name is Steve Jobs, he thought no jobs. And he was operating from his zone of genius. So today I'm going to walk you around on four questions that are going to help you decide if you are operating from your zone of genius. So, how do I get into my zone of genius, and how do I stay in my zone of genius? You see, why is it important that we are in our zone of genius? We need, when we are in a position or in a career, and we are not operating from the zone of genius, from that place where we are contributing and everything, time is going to seem long. Like we spend 8 hours at work, add to that, 45 minutes or so commuting to work and coming back. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of time that people are spending on jobs. And you might just as well love what you are doing. So, as because without that, life is going to seem so long, to say the least. So, how do you get into your zone of genius, and how do you stay in your zone of genius? Number one. So here is the first genius question. What do I most love to do? I would love for somebody to type up these questions in the chat box. What do I most love to do? So, question number one, what do I most love to do? Uh, if we can, let me see if I can type it up from here. What do I most love to do? What do I most love to do? So that's your question one. Meaning, what is something you love doing so much? You can do it for long stretches of time and you don't feel bored. Let me repeat this again. So, this is something you can stay doing for a long period of time and you don't get bored. You don't get bored, so without, you don't get bored, you don't get tired. It's something you love doing, that you don't get bored. For me personally, for example, I adore, I think to the last day of my life I'm gonna stay doing that, because for me this is not a job, this is not a career, this is not even a business. This is something I love doing, which is teaching. I love teaching people. I love showing people a better way of doing things. I love being with people and I love giving back what I know. Not in the sense of, top down or anything. I love sharing what I know with people. And I love, that's something, if I stay 8, 9, 10, 15 hours doing it, I don't mind. Do you mind? Do you mind producing plays, UEM? Do you mind spending time producing plays? Do you mind producing movies? This is what's one thing. I love it. I love to be a strong woman. Yes, this is great. But what's something you love doing on a daily basis, and that makes you feel you're not tired? You can be doing it for 6 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours. You love theater. I know this about you. You love theater and you love cinema. So if I say, we am go spend 6 hours, I'll take care of Miss and you go and spend 6 hours or 8 hours. Will you feel tired producing theater, cinema, producing plays, producing? Would you get tired? Would you get bored? Huh? Yes or no? This is very, very important. So it's very important that you find what is it I can be doing for the whole day without feeling bored, without feeling tired. You see what I mean? Very, 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 very important. For me, it's teaching. For somebody else, it could be, I know ladies who are so good at leading a project. For example, they love how they put the pieces, the different pieces together to produce a result. They are so good. They know how to manage people to put it together. So find what you are so good at. You can spend the whole day and you are not tired and you are not bored. Okay, I love it. VM says no. You're not tired and you are not bored. Amazing, amazing, amazing. The second question may seem like very similar to the first one, but I'm going to type it. What work do I do that doesn't seem like work? What is the kind of work that you can do and it doesn't seem like work? It doesn't seem like you have to do it. Right. What work do I do that doesn't seem like work? So, question number two, what, oops, question number two, let me open the comments here. Yeah, choose a job you love and you'll never have to work a day. Absolutely. So, let's see. Question number two, what work What work do I do that doesn't doesn't seem like work? It's pretty much more or less the same question, but here I'm asking you to do some soul searching if you haven't thought about that, and don't get me into uh, oh, I have to put bread and butter on the table and I have bills to pay, that's why da da da. Do not deny yourself the opportunity, do not deny yourself the chance to get in touch with what is it that you love doing. Allow yourself to explore these things. Do not close the door from the outset. So it is, what do I do? What work do I do that doesn't seem like work? Meaning I can do it all day long without ever feeling, I can do it all day long without ever feeling tired or bored. I love meeting with people and teaching them, helping them, guiding them, helping them develop their business, helping them develop their career. This is what I love, 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 love doing. Does it make sense? Absolutely. I love it. Let's move to question number three. I'm going to type it up. Question number three. Now, if you are in a current job, let me type it up here. Question number three, in my work, in your current work, what produces the highest ratio of abundance and satisfaction to amount of time? Like, let me repeat this. In your current job, even if you are not doing the job that you really, really love, in your current job, so as to find your zone of genius, ask yourself, what do I do in my current job that is producing the high level or the highest level of abundance, productivity, effectiveness, projects finished, tasks accomplished, compared to the time spent? Because here's the deal, when you are operating from your zone of genius, time doesn't matter, and you might, when you are in your zone of genius, you are connected, you are in the spirit, you are connected with all the answers, you are connected with the energy that creates word, you are connected with everything, with your zone of genius, with your imagination, with all your mental faculties, and as a result, the solutions are going to come very quickly, and as a result you're going to produce a lot of work compared to the time you are, whereas others who might be procrastinating, might be delaying the work, let me do it tomorrow, let me da da da. It takes for the same project what the people who are operating from their zone of genius can spend days in producing it. Others can spend weeks, months producing it. Why? Because they are not motivated. They are not fired up. The fire is missing. It's just another project. Let me do it later because the boss wants it and da 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 and everything. So don't ever think that the quality of your work is not going to be affected. When you are operating from your zone of genius, you're going to produce a lot of abundance. Think abundance as results, tasks, projects finished, effectiveness in leading the team. It could be anything. Would you agree? Okay. So Q3. In my current work, like in your current work, what produces the highest ratio, the highest, the most productive, the highest ratio, meaning comparing the abundance or the results compared to the time used. What produces the highest ratio of abundance and satisfaction to amount of time spent? So this is the question, to amount of time spent. Here's the third question. Question 3. So what is that thing that you are currently doing? For example, in your case, who is attending the call here? Ahlam and Aisha and what is one thing you notice when you are doing? You do it very effectively, you do it within a short period of time, and you do it really, really well. And people say, wow, VM, or wow, Aisha, or wow, Ahlam, this is so good. You exceeded our expectations. For example, you were asked to do an Excel sheet or to do research. When you like what you are doing, you are going to produce an abundance of solutions and ideas and everything. Does this make sense? Does this make sense? Are you with me? Right? Does it make sense? I love everything I do in all the fields I work in to achieve my dream. Right. Question number 4. I love it, VM. You're a very dedicated person. Question number 4. What is my unique ability? Question number 4. What is your unique ability? Q4. What is your unique ability? Don't tell me you don't have any unique ability. Everybody does. Everybody does have a unique ability. I want you to dig deep and ask yourself, what is my unique ability? There is, I guarantee you, even if the answer is, I don't know. I didn't say your degree. Notice I didn't say your degree or your certificates or your specialty or what you are doing now or what you start doing immediately after graduation or the first job you said you had and then you stayed in that field. No. I'm talking about your unique ability. Each one of us has a unique ability. And the sooner you discover that unique ability, the more you are going to live in your zone of genius. For example, I knew from the beginning, from probably even as a child, that I loved teaching. I loved sharing information. As a matter of fact, I remember taking my nieces and my nephews, and I would line them up in front of me, and I would teach them. I was very serious, and I would be, teaching them stuff. We were kids and so on. But I remember loving to do that so much. Now, if you don't know your unique ability, ask people around. Ask a colleague who knows you so well. Ask a sister, a family member who knows you so well, because these people, they notice you and they notice what you are so good at. Perhaps they know something that you don't even know. For example, you so naturally and easily can resolve problems. You are a very good problem solver. Like if you have multiple views in the team, you are very good at putting the views together, at reconciliating. That's a skill. That's a skill. You know, employers would pay you a ton of money to have somebody who has that skill of really honing in all the different points of view, especially in a multicultural context, like the GCC, like in Saudi or UAE, where reconciliating different points of view and coming up with a solution that leverages, you know, everything is very, very, you know, important skill. For example, you might be somebody who is really, really good at communicating, at connecting with people, for example, making new friendships, at easily making connections, communication, and as a result, you have a very wide spectrum of, of connections in your phone. You are a very connected person, or on Facebook, you are a very connected person, or on LinkedIn, you are a very connected person. And it's not just connecting, meaning people want to communicate with you. You communicate so well that people want to be with you and want to meet with you and want to see you, and they want, you see what I mean? In a unit, Dr. Nebila, I'm someone who works. Right, okay. I'm going to answer this question. Yes. So EM is asking, I'm someone who works very well in a team, and I'm someone who handles work problems very well and can solve them. Is it a unit? Is it a unique ability? It is a unique ability. It is a unique ability we have. For example, when I remember when I was your age, I did not have that. I mean, I can handle a whole class and teach and communicate my teaching in class or the lecture hall, but off record, meaning out there or anything, my connections were limited to teachers and the students, that's all. But I think it is a unique ability. Yeah, we am. So there is a special skill you are gifted with. This unique ability, fully realized and put to work, when you use it and leverage it, you are a very good communicator. Here we am. It can provide you enormous benefits to me, to you, meaning, and the organization you are going to work with. You see what I mean? Now, good communication skills and team building, you might note these two unique skills, they are counted, or they are listed among the top 10 skills needed in the next 10 years by the World Economic Forum report for for 2024. So that's how important those unique skills that you have, OEM. So these four questions, if you spend time digging deep into them, I guarantee you they will get you into the zone of genius. They will get you into discovering, haha, so this is something I do really, really well. Because when you are doing that without knowing, you are in a state of creation and in creativity, and without knowing, your superiors and employers will notice, and they notice you have a strength there, and you will be called to take more and more leadership in those roles. And as a result, you will be rewarded financially, of course, and promotion wise, and so on. So, so give yourself this chance of really, really discovering what is it that I am so good at? How can I maximize living in my zone of genius? These four questions which we have listed in the chat. Tell me which question resonated with you. One, two, three, four. Which do you think resonates with you, everyone? So type it up in the chat box. And if you want to know the full spectrum of abilities and skills and mindset skills that I need to make a quantum leap, type up in the chat box masterclass, and I will send you my masterclass where I go over the full formula of the skills you need to make a quantum jump in your career. So type up hashtag masterclass. First of all, let me know which of these four questions, question one, question two, question three, question four, do you think resonated with you more? Which one are you going to work on in the future? And more than that, if you want to have an overall idea about number one, because I love my job, says VM. So to have an idea about the full spectrum of a skill set and mindset skills, hashtag masterclass. And number four, I love my unique ability also. I love it, YWM. I love it. So hashtag masterclass, and we will make a point of sending you of so hashtag masterclass to get my masterclass where you get the full formula of the skill set and mindset skills needed to make a big jump in your career. Having said this, thank you so much for tuning in, whether you are catching this live or in recording. Have a blessed day. Hashtag masterclass. If you comment, put in the comment hashtag masterclass, and we will send you the masterclass where we go over the full formula. Today we discussed one aspect only, but the full formula we teach it in the masterclass. So hashtag masterclass if you want to get access to the masterclass. Thank you, everyone, and have a great, great day. Bye bye. Stay blessed.